can do this when you empty that.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial. I'm Shapiro. The Dan Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Just $10. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by AC Fighting Fire. AC Fighting Fire is celebrating 40 years of comfort. It's proudly serviced the river region since 1983. Contact them for your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. Visit acbythefire.com for a list of services and offers today. That's acbythefire.com.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven, on News Radio 1440. Good morning, Montgomery. Got things going on already this Monday morning. Congressman Dickinson died, federal drive in Congressman Dickinson, 85 southbound, 65. They're trying to press that matter to the right shoulder. Please be crossing the road. A lot of fog in the low-lying areas. Be early, drive slower, and like on the beat. Dickinson Drive southbound, northbound. I told people to just step in the truck up there and moving going is pretty safe. Pretty safe today. Always forward, always forward. Tough luck. It's the law. You cover Skywatch traffic. This is Victor.
Good morning, I'm Bethany Davis from WSFA 12 News Grid. Constitutional investigation into the shooting death of the 20-year-old girl. Monday, discovered that the Skywatch and shot death was perhaps 85 years old, but was still at risk Sunday afternoon. State representatives will take the next steps this week in the ongoing battle over congressional redistricting. Alabama's Attorney General is expected to file a response to a legal challenge against the new congressional map just approved by lawmakers. That challenge says the new map still doesn't comply with a court order for the state to have two majority black districts. Next hearing on the congressional map is set for August 13th. The Boys and Girls Clubs of the River region need our help to continue their mission. WSFA 12 News has hosted a telethon to benefit the club this week, Wednesday, August 2nd, from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's news for your Monday. I'm Bethany Davis in the newsroom.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance. Here's something you've never heard before.
Stop. This is Simply Safe.
Introducing 24/7 lifeguard protection, only from Simply Safe Home Security. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. Advanced Home Security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospital, but miracles never come easy. That's why, as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support your Children's Miracle Network Hospital.
Hi, everybody. I'm Vicki Gunvalson. You probably know me as the OG of your feet.
Very special guest, Vicki Gunvalson.
Believe me, I'm a lot more than just a real housewife. And now I'm tackling a whole new territory with my very own podcast. It's called Whoop It Up with Vicki. And I'm talking about my life as a real housewife in front of the camera and behind the scenes. Subscribe to Whoop It Up with Vicki so you don't miss a thing.
From the West Brookline Podcast Network, where the conversation starts.
The U.S. Supreme Court was established on the principles of fairness, dignity, and impartiality, but it's really a mess. I'm Leon Napon, and I want to tell you about a new show I'm working on called 5 to 4. 9 justices that compose the Supreme Court are not the smartest people in the country. No. We are. That's what every week Peter, Rhiannon, and Michael are going to take on a legally dubious Supreme Court decision. Listen and subscribe to 5 to 4, free wherever you get your podcasts, from the Westwood One Podcast Network, where the conversation starts.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
The Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
And here we go. 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 Here we go.
Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not appear.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It's time to rise and shine once again. For it is once again that you're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. First thing out of your mouth this morning should be, thank you, Lord, for this day, because it certainly was not promised. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It's time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something to change your perspective, or at least give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning to you. It is July, believe it or not, July the 31st, 2023. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Staying on Track with God. Our scriptural insight today comes from Deuteronomy 5, 1 through 11. Deuteronomy 5 and 1 says, Hear, Israel, the decrees and laws I declare in your hearing today. Learn them and be sure to follow them. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, good morning. It is July the 31st. It is time to ride if you can. If you've lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day that is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? I don't know. But whatever it is, do it well. If you have lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace and mercy of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day that is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with them? I don't know. But whatever you do, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done on this day. Bishop Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live life, you shall always be successful. Because you're never a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must, rest if you can, but you never, 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 ever give up. Because quitters never win. And winners never quit. Good morning to you. It is a great day to be alive. Staying on track with God. That is our daily bread for this day, July the 31st. We'll be back.
Hey, welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. The reading for today, titled Staying on Track with God, was written by Marvin Williams. Years ago, a train carrying 218 people derailed in northwestern Spain, killing 79 people and hospitalizing 66 more. The driver couldn't explain the accidents, but the video footage could and did. The train was going far too fast before it hit a deadly curve. The allowable speed limit had been created to protect everyone on board the train. Despite being a 30-year veteran of Spain's national rail company, however, the driver had, for whatever reason, ignored the speed boundary, and many people lost their lives. In Deuteronomy 5, Moses reviewed God's original covenant boundaries for his people. Moses encouraged a new generation to regard God's instruction as their own covenant with him, and then he restated the Ten Commandments. By repeating the commandments and drawing lessons from the previous generation's disobedience, Moses invited the Israelites to be reverent, humble, and mindful of God's faithfulness. God had made a way for his people so they wouldn't wreck their lives or the lives of others. If they ignored his wisdom, they would do so at their own peril. Today, as God leads us, let's make all of Scripture our delight, counselor, and the guardrail for our lives. And as the Spirit guides us, we can keep on track within his wise protection and devote our lives wholeheartedly to him. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Deuteronomy chapter 5, verses 1 through 11. Moses summoned all Israel and said, "Hear, Israel, the decrees and laws I declare in your hearing today. Learn them and be sure to follow them. The Lord our God made a covenant with us at Horeb. It was not with our ancestors that the Lord made this covenant, but with us, with all of us who are alive here today. The Lord spoke to you face to face out of the fire on the mountain. At that time I stood between the Lord and you to declare to you the word of the Lord, because you were afraid of the fire and did not go up the mountain." And he said, "I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven above, or on the earth beneath, or in the waters below. You shall not bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sin of the parents to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me, but showing love to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God, for the Lord will not hold anyone guiltless who misuses his name." Now let's pray. Dear God, even as adults, we are often like children who try to push and at times step right over the boundaries that you have laid out for our safety and our benefit. Help us to live with humility and show our love for you through our obedience to you. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen. We are so glad that you've listened today. My name is Wes Ward, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
It's time to rise and shine, Montgomery. You hear it? That's the wake-up call right there, okay? If you're hearing it, you're in good shape. Time to rise. Time to get up. Let's go to work. Let's be productive today. Come on now. Oh, it's Monday. We got to do PT. You know it's coming. And now, I present to you the choir of the 82nd Airborne.
Have you heard? We're gonna jump from a big iron bird. We're gonna jump from a big iron bird. Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door. Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door. And you leap right out and count to 4.
Leap right out and count to 4.
If my
Main door open wide.
if my main don't open wide, I got a reserve by my side. I got a reserve by my side.
Come on now.
Here we go.
Here we go.
All the way.
All the way.
Gotta be.
Gotta be rough and tough.
Hey, la-dee-la-dee-la-dee.
Hey, la-dee, 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 hey. La-dee, hey.
Well,
GI grits and a GI gravy. Come on now. We're so glad we didn't join the Navy. Hey, la-dee, la-dee, ho. Well, the GI greens and the GI corn. We're so glad that we're airborne. Hey, la-dee, la-dee, hey. There we go. All the way. Come on now. Time to rise and shine. Every day. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. We'll be back later on. Right now, though, somebody get the first sergeant, sergeant major. It's time to go running. It's PT Monday. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Your left. Your left. Your left. Right left. Come on. And go. Hard work. Oh, here we go.
hard work.
Work, work. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Hard work. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Oh, yeah. Get up by the quarter to 3. All right. Bring it in the rear. Bring it in the rear.
Hard work, work.
And go to work. Come on. That's what they say. Hard work. I do every day. Hard work, work.
Make the call. Hard work, working on the doors in the morning.
Hard work, work. Let's go to work. That's what they say. Hard work. I do it for play. Come on. Hard work, work.
Gotta do it right.
Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Oh, yeah. PT is good.
Hard work, work, work. We're moving on out. Hard work, work, go and do the job. Hard work, load them up.
On the airplane in the early morning rain.
Hard work. That's what they say.
Oh, yeah. I do it for play. Come on. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Sail them on down. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. I do it for play. Come on. Whew. Oh, that was a tough run this morning. That was a tough one. It's a Monday morning to you, though, but this is not tough right here. Honoring our brave young men and women who stand on the fence line in somebody's country, even in our own sometimes, to make sure that nothing will harm you tonight unless it's your neighbor. So let us pay homage to all of our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, as well as the airborne, whatever the other name of the service is. What? Air something? Airbound or whatever. I can't think of it right now. My mind's gone, but what's the name of the new service we got anyway? I'll come up with it later on. You know what I'm talking about out there, Air Force. What is it called? I don't know. Can't think of the name right now, but you know what I'm talking about. They're out there on base. I guess I haven't done anything yet. I can't remember them. All right, then. That's okay, though. But they're still part of the family. They got to prove themselves worthy first, though, before we give them their own song. I cannot. My mind must be leaving me. I cannot remember. What is that name of that brand new service branch we got? Air something. Oh well, I'll figure it out later on. Good morning to the Montgomery local heroes, Montgomery Police Department, Montgomery Fire Department, Aaliyah, Montgomery National, Alabama National Guard, as well as Aaliyah, Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. I forgot to, and don't forget my special friends out there in Montgomery Sanitation Department that people are always whining about, but they ain't coming out there looking for no job. They need help out there, folks. They need some help. I'm just saying, if you got a kid that ain't doing nothing, get them off the PlayStation and let them get down and get a job. Plus, he'll do society some good and do itself some good by getting some money, and Lord keep begging you for any. I'm just saying. You know what? I couldn't think of it. It's called Space Force, not the Airborne Force. Okay, that's my. Okay, I'm back. I got it all. Their motto is Semper Fidelis, but too long to pronounce, so they just cut it short to Semper Fi. And whether it's Semper Fidelis or Semper Fi, it always means the same thing. Always, always faithful. The United States Marines. And good morning, good morning, good morning, one and all. Time for a break. We'll come back with lessons of life, but our audio part of it, we always play something on Monday and Friday to hopefully motivate you. You've heard this one before, but I think you still like it. I never get tired of hearing this. We'll be back.
USFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
This report is sponsored by Window World River Region. Increase home value and decrease energy bills with windows, siding, doors, and more in your locally owned Window World. All products made in the USA with convenient financing options and the industry's strongest lifetime limited warranty. Search Window World River Region today. Josh Johnson, your summer rolls on this final day of July. 97 degrees the afternoon high today, 20% coverage of those afternoon showers and downpours. 75 tonight, warm and muggy. The evening storms gradually diminish.
Over here, over there, we will miss the jam.
20 to 30% coverage of those afternoon and evening storms. That's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA Chief Meteorologist Josh Johnson on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven, on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Got a couple of things going on already this Monday morning. Congressman Dickinson Drive, Federal Drive at Congressman Dickinson, and 85 southbound to 65. They're on the ramp. We've got an accident to the right shoulder, so please use caution in both of those areas. A lot of fog in the low-lying areas. Leave early, drive slower. Keep your headlights on, low beam. And Dickinson Drive southbound at the North Boulevard. High school students get a jump start on your college career with dual enrollment at Trenton State. Trenton State, today's college for tomorrow's world. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
When Roster Mania hits the most drama-filled esport in the world, something spicy is always bound to happen.
For the past 2 seasons of the Call of Duty League, no rivalry has been bigger than the Atlanta FaZe and the Los Angeles Thieves. Now, in this offseason, a foe has become a friend, as the Atlanta FaZe has signed Draza, their biggest rival from the Thieves roster. Will this mega merger finally bring Atlanta FaZe back to its former glory?
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-549-TERM, 866-549-TERM, 866-549-TERM.
I bet you've heard that popular song, The Future's So Bright, I've Gotta Wear Shades. Well, here at Just Blinds in Prattville, the present is so bright your house has got to wear shades. And do we have the shades here at Just Blinds? We've got roller shades, banded shades, honeycomb shades, woven wood shades, fabric Roman shades, and solar shades. Just Blinds in Prattville offers all of our shade options in traditional form or complete with full motorization and smart home capability. Visit our Just Blinds showroom in Prattville or online at gojustblinds.com. Let's keep your house in the shade.
The summer heat has set in, and it doesn't look like Alabama's cooling down anytime soon. To avoid heat illness, it's important to take preventative measures. Drink more fluids. Stay indoors. When temperatures are extreme, reduce or eliminate strenuous activities during the hottest times of the day. Protect yourself from the sun with a hat and sunscreen, and never leave pets or people in parked vehicles. This message brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and this station.
The Army National Guard is committed to keeping the country safe and our communities secure. Composed of hundreds of thousands of citizen soldiers from all walks of life, and in every corner of America, the Guard is always ready to respond to local or national emergencies. The Army National Guard reacts to domestic operations in each of America's 54 states and territories, including Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, Guam, and the District of Columbia. Each state National Guard's unique domestic role is to act as the first line of defense in support of civil authorities in their state. The Guard's emergency responses include search and rescue missions for floods, combating wildfires, hurricane or tornado recovery, and the presidential inauguration. The Army National Guard. We are always ready. We are always there. And in every state and territory, we stand guard for our communities. To learn more, log on to nationalguard.com. Sponsored by the Alabama Army National Guard, here by the Alabama Broadcasters Association and this station.
Alabama.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Prolific author and writer who knew the power of words. Ernest Hemingway made a bet with a group of authors over lunch. And this bet that Ernest Hemingway made with these authors over lunch has become an anecdote about his life. They bet Ernest Hemingway $10 that he could not write a short story in 6 words. They bet Ernest Hemingway $10 that he could not write a short story in 6 words. And Hemingway took the bet because he was a genius when it came to making words count. He took the bet and he took a napkin and scribbled these 6 words on the napkin that are a powerful story. Here's the 6 words that Ernest Hemingway wrote a short story in 6 words. The words are for sale, baby shoes never worn. That's a powerful powerful story. Everybody in here this morning got a 6-word story. Here's another story that somebody might have. There has been a terrible accident. Six words. There has been a terrible accident. Six words. Here's my 6-word story. I'm leaving. The marriage is over. Here's somebody else's story. Your position is no longer needed. Here's somebody else's story. I just want to be friends. Here's somebody else's story. The cancer isn't responding to treatment. Six words. Here's somebody else's story. You are not able to conceive. That's somebody else's story. Here's the last story. Here's a rose off the casket. 6 words. Did I say it was over? No, it's not. Because God has 6 words. That's the point of this whole sermon. God will not waste your pain. God will not waste your pain. God will not waste your pain. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. God will not waste your pain. Cry in the midnight, but weeping will endure for a night. But joy will come in the morning. Let them fire you on your job. No weapon sown against me will be able to prosper. Let your enemies think they have the upper hand. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. But God will not waste your pain. Go through whatever you got to go through. Cry as long as you think you need to cry. But then pick yourself up, take a bath, put some clothes on, come back to church on Sunday morning and said, I thought I'd never stop crying, but the Lord dried my tears. I thought I'd never laugh again, but here I am in the house of God, testifying that if you trust and never doubt, he will surely bring you out. Somebody got a story that I just mentioned a moment ago.
You know what I've noticed about God's trials? He hardly ever tells you, this is a trial, and if you hold out for 6 months, you'll be through. And some of us get to 5 months and 29 days, and we give up. We didn't know we only had 1 more day. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. There's no precedent in the Bible for giving up. God determines how long the test will last, not we. Never give up. You cannot bypass endurance. You know who I'm speaking to at the moment? Me. You cannot bypass endurance and enter into the promises of God. You can come so far. The completeness is only through endurance. And just when it seems impossible to hold up, that's the time to hold up. Don't give in. I would like to say that to several of you individually. You're in the test. You're doing all right. Just hang in there. Don't back out. Don't give up. God is faithful. I've been asked sometimes if I had a message to leave for posterity, what would it be? I always say I can get it to you in 3 words. God is faithful. God is faithful.
God will not waste your pain. God will not waste your pain. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. God will not waste your pain. Cry in the midnight, but weeping will endure for a night. But joy will come in the morning. Everybody here has a 6-word story.
6-word story.
But thank God, that's just one chapter. God has not written the end of the book. Because when you look in the back of the book, there are some answers in the back of the book. If you don't know how things are going to turn out in your life, the answer is in the back of the book. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth passed away. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven like a bride dressed up for her husband. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. There shall be no more sorrow or crying, no more pain or death, for the former things are passed away. Behold, we see through a glass darkly, but one day face to face, I will know even as also I am known.
God will not waste your pain. We all got a 6-word story, don't we? I'll leave it up to you guys to tell your own some other time. But we all got one. There's always something that has messed with our lives and something we have to deal with. One guy said, we give up at 5. Let's see, we give up at how does he say? Is 5 months and 29 days. Gave up. Well, don't you give up. Don't ever quit. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. It's time for the word of the day, and as well as the lessons of life. Now, the word of the day is a simple word. Okay, it's a big word. It's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters. but it is an important word. And the word means allegiance, fidelity, all imply a sense of duty or devoted attachment to something or someone. It connotes sentiment and a feeling of devotion that one holds for one's country, creed, family, or friends. What word am I talking about this morning? Simple: loyalty. Loyalty, loyalty, or allegiance, fidelity. It all implies a sense of duty or a devoted attachment to something or someone. Loyalty denotes sentiment, that the feeling of devotion that one holds for one's country, creed, and friends. I think we probably need a new class in that one sooner or later. Anyway, so today's word of the day is loyalty. Loyalty. Now, the lesson of life today is an interesting one. You can only put some time behind you though before you can understand this one, but it is so true. So true, so true, so true. Today's lesson of life. Life is like a mountain. They know the secrets we need to learn on the way up. Now, and on your way up, you'll have trouble. You'll be treated wrongly. You will lose friends, family, and relationships along the way. You will want to quit many, many, many times. It will rain, it will sleet, and it will snow. So remember this though about that mountain. If the mountain had no rough terrain, there would be no way to climb it. So the statement of the day is keep climbing. The top of the mountain is in sight. So don't give up. Again, about these things. These things will happen. But all you have to do is keep climbing the mountain of life and you'll be successful. It is in sight. Don't quit with 10 yards to go. Okay? Get there, whether you have to crawl, walk, or whatever. Get there. Okay? Keep climbing. The top is in sight. And that's just about anything that you want to do in life, you just have to keep climbing. Nobody ever said it was going to be easy. It is July the 31st, the 212th day of this year. There are 153 days left in the year. It was on this day in 1991 that President George H.W. Bush and Soviet Premier President Mikhail S. Gorbachev signed the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty in Moscow, or the SART Treaty in Moscow. In 1715, a fleet of Spanish ships carrying gold, silver, and jewelry sank during a hurricane off the coast of East Florida. It was of some of the 2,500 crew members, or more than 1,000. It had 2,500 crew members, and more than 1,000 died. That's a big ship. 1777, during the Revolutionary War, Marquis de Lafayette, a 19-year-old French nobleman, was made a major general in the American Continental Army. 19, huh? Okay then. 1919, Germany's constitution was adopted by the Republic's National Assembly. In 1933, the radio series Jack Armstrong, an All-American Boy, made its debut on CBS Radio on WBBM in Chi-Town, otherwise known as Chicago. The year was 1945. Pierre Laval, premier of the pro-Nazi Vichy government, surrendered to U.S. authorities in Austria. He was returned to France, where he later was tried and executed. Or they tried and executed. Not us, but the French did. 1954, Pakistan's K2 was conquered, and two members of the Italian expedition, Achille, no, never mess up the name, reached the summit. In 1964, singer-songwriter Jim Reed, 40 years old, and his manager, Dean Manuel, were killed when their private jet, or private plane, crashed in bad weather near Nashville. It was this day in 1970, the Huntley-Brinkley Report came to an end after nearly 14 years, and co-anchor Chet Huntley signed off for the last time. The broadcast was renamed the NBC Nightly News. In 1971, Apollo 15 members David Scott and James Irwin became the first astronauts to use lunar rover on the surface of the moon. So now when they look up there, they know what it feels like. 1972, the Democratic vice presidential candidate Thomas Eagleton withdrew his name. Withdrew his name from the ticket of George McGovern following disclosure that Eagleton had once undergone psychiatric treatment. Well, that's okay. He could make it today. We wouldn't hold that against you. In 2003, the Vatican launched a global campaign against gay marriages, warning Catholic politicians that support of same-sex union was gravely immoral and urging the non-Catholics to join in the offensive. The year was 2014. The death toll of the worst recorded Ebola outbreak in history surpassed 700 in West Africa. And it was 12 years ago, ending a stalemate, President Barack Obama and congressional leaders announced the agreement on emergency legislation that will avert the nation's first ever financial default. And they're not going to let it happen this year either. 7 years ago, Pope Francis told young people who had flocked by the hundreds and thousands to Catholic jamboree near Krakow or something like that in Poland that they needed to believe in a new humanity, stronger than evil. Caution against concluding that one religion is more violent than others. Okay, then. 3 years ago, a federal appeals court overturned the death sentence of the guy who bombed the folks. I don't want to mess up the guy's name. Bombed Boston Marathon bomb in 2013. The judge who oversaw the case didn't adequately screen jurors for potential biases. Really? Okay. The Supreme Court had agreed to consider reinstating the death sentence. Mexico became the country with the third most COVID-19 death in the world, behind the United States and Brazil. Even as Florida reached a new daily high of coronavirus death, the imminent arrival of Hurricane Isaiah forced the closure of some outdoor testing sites. With six major league teams sidelined for the pandemic, Commissioner Rob Manfred spoke to the union leader, Tony Clark, about the importance of players following the coronavirus protocol. British filmmaker Alan Parker, whose movies include Bugsy Malone and Midnight Express and Evita, dies in London at the age of 76. Today's birthdays: Don Murray is 92, don't know who he is. Jazz composer and musician Kenny Burrell is 90. Actor France Nguyen is 82. Susan Flannery is 82. Singer Lobo is 77. I think I heard of him. Actor Geraldine Chaplin is 77. And former movie studio executive Sherry Lansing is 77 also. Dan Blocker, Michael Ben, let me see now. Dirk Blocker is 64. Entrepreneur Mike Cuban, believe it or not, is 63. Rock musician Bill Berry is 63. Okay, I don't care about the rock stuff here. But anyway, yeah, everybody else I do not know. So what day is it today? What are we celebrating today? Well, we're celebrating Harry Potter's birthday. If you really, the Hawaiian Flag Day, Federal Appreciation Day, International Lifeguard Appreciation Day. Okay, hopefully you appreciate your, you appreciate your lifeguard. National Avocado Day. Okay, National Diana Day. So if your name's Diana, today's your day. National Jump for Jelly Beans Day. Okay, National Mutt Day, or whatever you want to call your dog. Okay, National Raspberry Cake Day. I never had a raspberry cake, but I would imagine it's good. Shredded Wheat Day Food Day. Okay, Uncommon Instruments Awareness Day. World Ranger Day. World Ranger Day. Appreciation of the environment. I guess that's the forest rangers, not the real rangers. The with the tab and all that stuff. So I guess it's so that's it for all the things that we're discussing today. I mean this hour. That's today's hot. Today is that's an uncommon music instrument today, but that's what day it is too. All right, so much for that. Now we got a lot of things to talk about today. We got some candidates forums coming up. We have the Montgomery municipal elections in 21 days, something like that. Yeah, it's on the 20. Yeah, on 20. Well, no, it's 22 days right now. Okay, so that's coming up real soon. Those days will go by fast. There's also on August the 10th, from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., the Alabama Department of Archives and History at 624 Washington Avenue. There's going to be a debate between the mayoral candidates, Mark Bullock of WSFA Anchor. I don't know why they didn't ask me. They never asked me. They never asked me to do those things. Okay, maybe no, it wouldn't work out. Mark Bullock of WSFA is going to be the anchor, going to be the moderator. Also, make your plans to come in with your questions and all that thing if you want to go. Dr. Richard Bailey, co-chair of One Montgomery, will be involved. So Carol Mosley, president of League of Women Voters. And so it's going to be an interesting thing. It is sponsored by the Nonpartisan Community Organization. Okay. So, so I don't know, that must be happening. Anyway, 6:30, 8:30 on the 10th, which is sometime next week, I believe. That will be, let's see, when is it? 10th? The 10th of August. And the 10th of August is next Thursday, as a matter of fact. Okay, so that's when that will be. All right, that's it. I gotta go. Things are looking up. So we'll be back. Uno momento. Okay, so don't go no. We'll find it. Okay. All right, make sure we get this off right here. Okay. And
840. News Radio 1440 WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. CBS World News Roundup by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. We begin with sentencing day for Lori Vallow Daybell, a woman convicted of killing her 16-year-old daughter and 7-year-old son and conspiring to kill her husband's first wife. Correspondent Jonathan Bigliotti is at the courthouse in St. Anthony, Idaho.
Among 3 family members expected to get victim impact statements in court, Kobe Ryan, Vallow Daybell's only surviving child, will give a statement. The court will hear this extremely tense jailhouse phone call between the two.
Everyone in the stand is hard out. Prosecutors say the Daybells talked about end of times and zombies to justify their crimes. Former President Trump's legal woes are mounting, and so are the bills. Correspondent Robert Costa reports.
CBS News has learned that a public filing later today will show Trump's political action committee, Save America, has spent more than $40 million on legal expenses for Trump and his aides on multiple legal cases this year.
Mr. Trump was hit with additional charges in the classified documents case last week. An employee at Mar-a-Lago is scheduled to be arraigned today. In charges, he worked with others there to try to delete security footage of boxes being moved to hide them from federal investigators. An almost century-old company that makes merchandise for Walmart and Depot and others is going out of business. CBS is Jim Cooper.
It's the end of the road for a business called Umbrella, one of the nation's oldest and biggest retailer. Wall Street Journal says the 99-year-old couple based in Nashville, Tennessee, was shut down after several motors with huge trucks. Yellow has more than 12,000 trucks and 30,000 employees. 22,000 of them members of the Teamsters Union.
Checking in on the nation's blistering heat wave, Weather Channel meteorologist Jim Cantore.
Here's what's going to happen with this heat wave. It's going to stretch into the southeast. New Orleans is in it. Florida's wrapping it. It's also going to stretch to the southwest. So eventually, Phoenix have to do 110 to 107. We go back up that no, 110.
Northeast and New England get a break as a cool air mass spreads out there. In Pakistan, funerals have begun for the victims of yesterday's massive suicide bombing at a market in a province in Afghanistan. At least 54 people were killed, nearly 200 wounded. The governor says it is hunting down the perpetrators. The World Health Organization says many countries aren't doing enough to stop the tobacco epidemic. CBS's Alexander Tin.
The United States is among the countries not implementing key policies the WHO has called for worldwide, according to a new report from the UN agency, like protecting all residents from secondhand smoke in all indoor public places and sweeping bans on advertising.
This is CBS News.
If you need to hire, you need to be their end-to-end hiring system helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com.
Second, committed to exploring the world in country, designed for curious travelers. Healthy offers all-inclusive voyages on all 7 continents. If you have children, note the sweeters on board. Learn more at Viking.com. It's free $100 in no time. Moving the deep, or you can do it. You schedule and conduct real interviews all in one place. The Rolex Great Plan has never been more streamlined and higher at Indeed.com/credits.
Bring my office with the eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! So, that's a good by people. Don't worry, eBay Motors. They like 100 license plate holders, 120 million cars. Just a little bit. And headlights. You've got lots of headlights. Right place. eBay Motors. That's right.
Now they're shot at freedom from work, bills, whatever. Nice.
The odds of 1 in 302 million in Megan Lane's jackpot is still a pretty penny, an estimated $1.05 billion. No one has won the jackpot since April 18th. The prize will be for the sole winner choosing to be paid for an annuity over 30 years. Jackpot is almost always out for a lump sum payment. Next drawing Tuesday night will be about $500 million. CBS News.
Hearing from Lady Gaga for the first time since her wedding partner died this month. In a new Instagram post that shows Gaga and Tony Bennett hugging in a dressing room, she says she'll miss singing with him, recording, talking, and being on stage together. Gaga says their warm relationship was not an act, it was very real. A 5-decade age difference. Remember, Tony Bennett was 96. Jennifer Rodriguez, CBS News.
Including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. And it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription,
I'm the coffee with my finger.
On News Radio.
All right, did I tell you guys about the? I told you guys about the forum, which is going on the 10th. I really got a couple of them, as a matter of fact, but they don't seem to get them up there to me sometimes. So August the 10th, of 6:30 to 8 o'clock. I think 6:30 to 8:30. It's going to be at the Alabama Department of Archives and History. Hopefully, I plan to have the Colonel up here to tell you about this kind of thing and what's going on over there. But I'll talk to him later on. Colonel retired. Mark Bullock from WSFA is going to be the administrator or whatever they call that stuff, the anchor or whatever it is, whatever they do. I don't know. They may think I'm too controversial when I ask you to do that. Okay, but I know who it is. Okay. It's going to be sponsored by the League of Women Voters of Montgomery, Carol Mosley, and a few other organizations. I get to those organizations in a few minutes here because sometimes my attentiveness is not as good as it ought to be. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope that they find you well. Hope everybody's looking good out about Nigerian unrest. I only bring that up because I keep hearing that that's where the life began, and they're the smartest people of the world over there. Doesn't seem like to me the African nation of Niger has been in a turmoil since a coup of sorts resulted in the ousting of the president, Mohamed Bazoum, and his government. Ensuing protests have begun and directed toward France. Probably who's not saying, okay, yes, hell still and over in Haiti, they still do what they normally do, is kidnap people. Okay? An American woman and her children were reportedly kidnapped in Haiti last week, where she was working as part of an El Royal Haiti, a Christian organization aimed at providing education and other services for the impoverished nation. I personally don't know why anybody would go over it. I understand, but I just want to understand that we got a country that's been in chaos for years, and it doesn't make much sense to go over there. You're putting your life in harm's way. And there's something we're going in harm's way for, but Haiti's probably not one of them. And it's not the poor folks but the leadership over there. I mean, I keep hearing this is where over in Africa, this is where all the things happen. We're the smartest people in the world. Well, how come we can't get the people in Haiti and that part of Africa to understand that? Well, that's not Africa. But anyway, it's somewhere in the water region over there. It's not in the Caribbean. It's not really in the Caribbean. That's not that part of Puerto Rico either. Okay, so it's not in Africa. But still, it's got Africa, a bunch of African folks on. 860-1440 is the number here. You want to give us a call, let me talk to you, whatever on your mind. I never wanted to go there. I never wanted to. That's one place I never wanted to go. For a minute though, when I was in the service, I thought we were going to have to go over there. But I'm glad I didn't have to make that trip. Okay. Anyway, good morning to you. The U.S. soccer team has a problem respecting the flag. You know what amazes me about these people? They reach a height of success in their chosen profession, and all of a sudden now, because they own foreign soil, they think that they have the right to disrespect the American flag, and to were not for the folks who defended the way of life that flag represents, they wouldn't be there. It just amazes me. There's no American that ought to give them any more respect and go to any of their raggedy games. Okay, of course, I won't go to one anyway. I think soccer, like watching paint, right? but those guys do have to be they do have to be in good shape. I think I think soccer you have to be in pretty good shape more than any other sport. So I'm gonna give you props on that. You got to be in good shape. But why Americans? The only time that was done that I didn't support it then, but I support now, was when the three black guys up in what Olympics was that, they raised the Black Power sign. I have a problem with that one because you had people representing the country that treated them bad. Okay, I got no problem with that. That's the only one that I say okay, that was righteous. That was righteous thing to do. And I can remember who raised their hands. Anyway, but these prima donnas around here who go to foreign soil and disrespect our country, now their passports are be taken at the gate. Yeah, yeah. Don't even let them in. Don't even let them back into the United States. Anyway, come on, who's this? That's my man. All right, there, Mr. Ed. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah, I'm doing fine. That's it. Mm. Well, you got to give it some time, bro. You got to give it some time. And they probably will, but a lot of businesses, they make their plans, a year in advance. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Well, of course, I'm not familiar with all of them. I think the Chamber of Commerce. I went through. I went through. Well, this intermodal thing is being built. Um, and it's a transportation hub. And then I think it's out. I think it's out off 80. I think. Well, I don't know. I've been out there. Mhm. Mm. Well, that's not that far away. That I do not know. Wait a minute. Well, I'll call her. So what do you want us to do? Somebody put a hole in us and let us sink? Mm. Well, now you got to prove. Now, when you say a man's lying, right. But when you say that a person is lying, you mean they are purposely trying to deceive you. Well, well, show me the lie though that he actually told you trying to deceive you. No. Mm, mm. I don't know. I don't remember that conversation. I put a podcast in. Yeah. Yeah. Well, mm, well, I don't remember it, but yeah, I wasn't there. But sometimes I do. Anyway, yeah. But hey, I appreciate it. Right. 860-1440. Good morning. You're on the air. 7:20 in the morning. Morning. Mm, yeah. Yeah. Mm. In Prattville. Mm. Gun, I guess, leasing an apartment. I think it's for public schools or something like that. Yeah, me too. Well, you're allowed to have weapons in your home, you know, but you shouldn't. Well, if you have to promote safety to people, they shouldn't need a gun. They don't need a gun. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I know. That's so good. And the Supreme Court said that the Supreme Court has said that everybody has a right to own a weapon. I don't get how you can put a person in jail in America. The Supreme Court, even they said even New Yorkers have a right to carry a weapon. How are you gonna put a man in jail for that? Oh, listen. Hmm. But now, it's difficult when you can't find people to work. It just It's just difficult to do that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you got any kids that can put in for them jobs? Well, they need help at the sanitation job. You know why, right? You know why? Because they want that white man, like I did. I want to earn it, though. I don't want to write you down. I want to earn it. I figure they let me do. I figure they let me do basic training on the weekends or something. Yeah, I know the rule. Yeah, I get it. They cheated me though. All right, pretty. Yeah, they did cheat me though. It is 7:25 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Good morning. It wasn't no more than we normally have. You know? Mm, yeah. Yeah. Some of that's my money because I sent him a check. Yeah. Yeah. That's all right. Okay. I saw the story that you're talking about, and I'm gonna try to get him on the air because I still don't understand. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now let me make sure I got the right. This is why the guy who was won an election, but they're not allowing him to take office. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, wait a minute, but you wait a minute, but you're telling me the guy can't speak. No, you just never said. Oh, you mean? Oh, mm-hmm. The little case. Okay, I thought. Okay, that's what you. I thought you mean he wasn't articulate enough yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try to. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get it on either tomorrow or Wednesday. Yeah, yeah. I know where it's at. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I'm interested in that story because if what they say is true, then I don't quite. Well, this is not 1962. This is 28, 23, almost 24. So let me see what I can find out for that. Let's take a break. We'll be back when it's 7:28 in the morning, right here on News Radio 14. Oh, one more thing. When we come back, I will give you some of the things that the first caller was talking about this morning, an update on some of the things that are in progress. That 1 point something billion dollars of investment that they got into Montgomery. We'll be back.
It's time to sun in the sun, but be careful how much sun. Too much sun exposure can be dangerous. Skin cancer is the most common form of cancer in the United States, affecting all races, genders, and generations. Experts believe that 4 out of 5 cases of skin cancer could be prevented since damage from the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays is mostly avoidable. No matter where you are this summer, whether it's the beach or the backyard, take a few minutes to protect yourself from the sun. Try to stay out of the sun as much as possible, especially between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. when the sun's rays are at its strongest. Wear a hat, a long coat, and put on sunscreen repeatedly throughout the day. Remember, your skin can be affected by the sun's rays even when it's cloudy.
This is Steve Span here. For more information, visit our website, www.alabama.org.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nina Tondo with today's Food for Kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. As a parent, you are your child's students. Kids will make mistakes. Your goal is to encourage the behavior you want to see. But here are questions, reward good behavior, and use self-religion when needed. What doesn't work is failing. It only increases the risk your child will be affected. For more strategies on child behavior, talk to your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.com.
Are you sure? And then I go up with some mother and yelled at this lady. What happened in Marlin? They don't know anything. Yeah, what is wrong with these guys? And Glavity would say, listen, right, listen to me. Podcast. Podcast, yeah, where the conversation starts. U.S. Supreme Court established rules of fairness, dignity, and impartiality. But it's really not.
I'm Yummy, and I want to tell you about a new show I'm working on. It's called 9 Justices to Compose the Supreme Court, not the smart. No. Peter, Rhiannon, and Michael are going to take on legally dubious Supreme Court decisions. This is about the top 3. Wherever you get your Western One podcast.
Johnny London really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 14.
And we are back. Let me get this called. But I do have an update. As a matter of fact, the chamber last week did an update on all those projects that Muddy was talking about. And that's, I think, what's going on with it, at least to the best of my ability. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Good morning. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. All righty. Outstanding, I think. Let me see who's next here. Good morning on there. Good, good. Okay, I appreciate your call. Okay. All right, don't have that one. Good morning on there. Yes. All right. Appreciate it. 860-1440 is the number here. You can text me 241-9998. If you don't want to get in on the airway with me, this one. Good morning. Yes. Mm-hmm. The American women's soccer team had a hard time respecting it the other day when the game opened. Mm-hmm. But that's not. But his face on it is not a U.S. flag. So, but if his face is on it, it ain't the U.S. flag. So I don't care about that. Well, but we have shirts. We have shirts that are made like the flag. We're not going to ban those. Right, for the flag itself, right? For the flag itself. Because that's freedom of speech though. You can make something up. But on a foreign land, it is freedom of speech. As a matter of fact, you can burn the flag. Right, but you can burn the flag. I don't know if you can go to jail. If you can burn the flag, that's freedom of speech. But you can burn it. The Supreme Court already ruled it. You can burn the flag if you want to. Well, burning it pretty much gets rid of it. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Okay, let me ask you a question. Here's why. Here's why. We all have things that offend us. Gay folks got a problem that offends them. Transgenders got a problem that offends them. And they got a right to be offended. And so do I. If I see you disrespecting that flag that I set there during Air Force Base and watch people come back from killing action and act whatever, if that offends me, that's my right to be offended, just like theirs. So, right, right. Because the Supreme Court has ruled that that's constitutional. But on a foreign soil, that's a big difference. On a foreign soil, the people who shed blood and all these kinds of things to give you the right to make your living the way you do, if you go on a foreign soil, personally, I think it's treasonous to disrespect that flag. Yeah, but that's my own personal thing. Yeah, right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we have a right to protect. Right. We have a right to protect our border. But don't you believe, right, but don't you believe that we have laws, and the Bible says honor, the Bible says something about obey the laws of the land. We have laws that say there's a certain way you get here. Right? So you got some, well, he's an American. Wait a minute. He's an American citizen, and he didn't. And I agree with you. I agree with you. But breaking the law to get to mercy, not exactly mercy. Yeah, yeah. Listen. I kind of hear what you're saying, but each case must set on its own merit. And breaking in this country, first of all, is wrong. So therefore, why should you get rights that you didn't work for? Really? Where's that at? Then why do we have laws and borders? Well, if you're right, you have refugees that you can be political. I understand it, but one thing about it, black folks couldn't flee no place, and we got it. We fought. My mother, my grandma, they fought for the rights that we have. Why can't people do the same thing in their country? Why can't? Yeah. All right. Richard, I got to take my last break, and I will come back right there. Again, my problem, why can't people fight like black folks fought in America to get whatever little bit of rights they got, but we seem to be giving them back now. But listen, breaking into country is a lot different than disrespecting our flag on a foreign soil. I just got a problem with that. But that's just me. I just have a problem with that. If you talk about that flag while you're over here, okay, good, we can live with that. But on a foreign soil, I'm sorry. And that those people who represented that flag and our way of life and died so you can have this, and you're gonna disrespect them? No, I'm sorry. I don't buy that.
SFA, the Stewart weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
This afternoon. That's your personal forecast on WSFO on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven. News Radio 1440.
Good, nothing else is doing the food. They would send you on an alternate route, and you keep listening. You will keep you posted. Today, in people upgrade your sport. So you know sports are always on. Perfect. And we take out through the snack. And you can put it through on the quick and easy. You put it in your sports.
This is Namdi Asamoah. Eagles. What I do off the field with United Way, I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Really 50 years I've left school, and that's not okay. It takes 4 years to create a graduate. But this is about the same time to spend with them. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better. And kids who read well are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor. Because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Ability Action and the National Football League.
The Jordan B. Peterson podcast with his very special two-part guest.
Yeah, well, that intuition is really right. And really shared.
Me being standard. The Jordan B. Peterson podcast and special guest Lord and download 3 easy Apple Google Podcasts, and the rest of the One Podcast Network. Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
All right, it's 7:52 in the morning. Tomorrow we do have a guest, June Holiday. Matter of fact, running for some of those seats out there. Over here, I can't find. We're trying to find Miss Jackson. If anybody knows her, hey, listen, I couldn't find the number. Let me call me. But 241-9998. If you're a candidate and you want to come on the show and express to us your individual ideology and what you are going to do as an individual to change the paradigm, I'd like to hear from you. I know it's here 860-1440. My cell number is 241-9998. If you stay in the heat, come on check this kitchen. All right then. Let me see who's next. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Pretty good. Pretty good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Let me help you understand that. I think everybody has a right to their own opinion, and that is yours. A president who comes, what, I'm going to give you a fact. I'm going to give you a fact. When a new president comes in office and automatically hires 87,000 IRS agents to come after your money, I think that's dictatorial. I think that's dictatorial. Wait, brother. What? 87,000 IRS agents. Their only job is to come take your money. That's the only job they have. Is to take your money. We don't have a democracy. We don't have a democracy. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm for paying. Yeah. Yeah. Wait a minute. You hire 87,000 extra to take people's money. Okay. Now, let me let right. And let me tell you something else about that. First of all, I think what the people did on January the 6th was as American as apple pie. They have a right. Hold on, wait, I gave you what you said. They have a right to be ticked off at their government. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. That takes a conspiracy. That was a protest. Now they try to, but you can use all kind of words. Yeah, they did. They did. Except they did it on American streets. They did it they pulled people out of their cars, that people died, they burned down buildings in certain cities. So that was an insurrection. Listen, just because you got a couple goofballs in every group, those people were ticked off, and so was I at the way our government treated and the way they doing Trump right now, blaming that man for 4 years of being a spy for Russia. I've never seen anybody. Again, you talk about insurrection. We didn't have an insurrection. We had people pissed off. No, he's a president. He already seen the files. Wait, he saw the files already. Wait a minute. Let me say that. I believe he probably shouldn't. I probably believe that he shouldn't send them all home. But wait a minute. But he already had access to the program. But when they asked him, okay, well that's true. But I'm not the president of the United States. Uh, Joe Biden did do it. But I would agree with you on that. He should have turned him. When they asked for him back, he should have given him back. I don't know what was in his mind. He should have gave him back. But I don't think he's not anti-American. Yeah, I am. He do everything. Look at that.
On News Radio 1440.
State representatives will take the next step this week in the ongoing battle over congressional redistricting. Alabama's Attorney General expects the battle response to a legal challenge against the congressional group, just supported by lawmakers. That challenge says the new map
The home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, the Curious Media Station. This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Former President Trump made 2 campaign stops over the weekend, one in Iowa, one in Pennsylvania, after he was hit with new charges in the federal documents case. Today, another worker at his Palm Beach estate is scheduled to be arraigned on charges of helping others try to get rid of evidence. Correspondent Scott McFarland has the details.
Carlos de Oliveira, a longtime maintenance worker at Mar-a-Lago, appears before the chief magistrate judge in Miami. He's now the 3rd defendant in this first ever federal prosecution of a former president. According to the superseding indictment, attempted to delete security video. The potentially showed the movement of boxes and classified records.
Lori Vallow will be sentenced today in the deaths of her two children, 16-year-old Tylee Ryan and 7-year-old JJ Vallow. This is up to life in prison without parole. Julia Brown is a law professor at the University of Utah.
When we piecing together, is this a case of a really heinous crime where we want to impose the maximum sentence, or are there mitigating factors with history of violence and maybe other mental illnesses?
Prosecutors say Vallow and justified crimes using end times for this. The forecast rated it in Phoenix. It could cool down about a month's worth of temperatures of 110 or better. In Denver, the high is 90. The young Amanda Ryan is taking precautions for her baby boy.
It's definitely hard for me because I can't swallow from the 90s because it's just too much. Too many layers, and then you get sweaty. And I wondered about the North Carolina.
Searching for a driver who intentionally targeted a group of migrant workers outside of Walmart in Elkins yesterday. 6 people were injured. All are expected to recover. Officials are asking the public for help. Identifying an older white male who rammed the migrants with an older model mid-sized SUV with a luggage rack. In West Africa, thousands of people who support the junta that took over Niger last week marched through the streets of the capital. The country's former party president, oil and mining ministers were arrested today. New post-pandemic concerns at U.S. schools. CBS's Jim Kusula.
1 in 10 public and private school principals left their jobs after the 2020-21 school year, the first public school year after the COVID-19 pandemic started. That's according to the data from the National Center for Education Statistics. Principal turnover was especially noticeable at schools with the majority of students of color.
This is CBS News.
With speed within the solution platform help you attract, review, and hire people efficiently within Indeed.com. Right now, you're actually day notice.
Easy now.
So, what's a good idea? Don't worry, eBay notice coverage, airline, homestead, license plate holders, 150 million cars. What else is good? And headlights. Pick up one headlights. Get the right car, right price. eBay holders. That's why. The red city, they're in the purpose in the second mission. Industrial industry can take care of come through. Indeed, great people. Indeed, you do. You can typically connect you with quality candidates who specialize in Indeed match your jobs. Indeed.com/. Terms and conditions apply.
Rent is still high, but dropping some. Renters nationwide are firmly doing some relief thanks to the biggest apartment construction in decades. Many of these projects stalled during the pandemic due to supply issues. The apartments predict rents will move out of it this year, after soaring nearly 25% over the past 4 years. The highest rent in the country is still in New York City. Pennsylvania, average rent is $4,000 a month. That's followed by Jersey City, New Jersey, San Francisco, Miami, and Boston. Politics, CBS News. Sounds of silence at the mall. Many are almost empty, with the last lunch cracker or hair salon moving to greener pastures in strip malls with freestanding locations. The Wall Street Journal reports some older low-end malls are worth 70% of what they used to be, many defaulting on debt. An analysis from Moody shows many properties are worth less than the ones they have. Jeffrey Rodriguez, CBS News.
Where should I put that camera? Where should I put that camera? Right? It's Henry. I know. But you know, it's such a natural thing to put that else on there. Drop the S. Well, the best way not to buy soda is don't go in the store. Yeah. Put it home. That's just what if you don't have. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I shouldn't let you hang out in the hall. I got you. I'm back. I actually had a lot of things to talk about too. Oh, one more thing before I'm gonna get this guy on the phone here, or whoever this is, and talk to them that I get my other information that I had for this week. Good morning. Thanks for holding. All right, hold. Let me get this. I know you could have lied about something. Let me get you through it. Okay, go ahead. What happened to it? You leave it? Wait just a minute. Okay, hold on. What happened to it? Man, you hung up. You wasn't hung up your own phone. Okay, well, come on back to this subject. Good morning. Oh, good morning. Yes. When your boy Barack Obama said the same thing, he said because the Constitution. Wait a minute. He said the Constitution is a problem sometimes, and so everybody who gets in that office are restrained. Right. Right. Well, he did mention that he'd like to change it. Okay. And I listen. I agree with him on that. I agree with him on that. Wait a minute. The desecration of the American flag didn't start on January 6th. So don't vote for him. I mean, don't vote for it. Don't vote for the guy. I mean, if he makes it in, don't vote for him. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. We don't have a it's the most misused, misaligned word in the history of America. We don't have a democracy. Mhm. And I don't care. Uh-huh. And that's true. They paved the way. But we're not a democracy. We're not one. We have never been one. No, we haven't. We are representative government. Listen, even presidents get it wrong. They say our democracy. We don't have one. We fought for a representative government. Right. Sure. Not a democracy. That's just a lie. They've been saying that so long for our kids. Yeah. Yes. But we're not a democracy, man. But we're not a democracy. We're not one. We are a representative republic. Okay. Okay. Intelligent enough to know that we are not a democracy. Democracy is when a majority rules. Why can't the people in that country fight? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And again, I agree with all that, but to call us a democracy is a mislabeling of our government. Democracy means the majority rules. That is not the way it works. We are a representative republic. This word, presidents are wrong when they use that word. We are a representative republic. Okay, I can't get it right. I can't win this one. Look at the Constitution. Show me any place in the Constitution where it says democracy. Okay, okay. It's representative republic. Okay. That's a lie. Look, in 19, wait. In 19, was it MacArthur who took tanks from the U.S. Army and he pointed those tanks toward U.S. veterans because they didn't get paid what they were supposed to get paid? His legacy is turning those tanks to American citizens. Yeah. We just go, we just go, again, listen, wait. He is not him. He has been known to use hyperbole, okay, in his statement. I can live with that. They have, but I can get along with hyperbole. Yeah. All right. All right, then, I'm about to cry. You're about to cry. You're killing me. You're killing me. 8:14 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Okay. Anyway, again, the biggest misused words in the American government is the word democracy. Democracy is not what we are. It is used because we want to insult the intelligence of most citizens of America. We are a representative republic. We're not a democracy. Most democracies, the 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 one with the most win. The most win. We don't do that. That's why we have the electoral college. Because if we were a democracy, whoever gets the most individual votes, got the majority of all the votes, would win elections in the presidency. They don't. As a matter of fact, honestly, I hate to tell you guys, we don't really pick a president. Okay, the president is picked by the what is the name of that thing? By the electoral college, not the people. Okay, you would hope that the people would have influence over that electoral college, but we don't actually vote for the president. I know. On the 10th, when people go back to school, they're going to say, "We don't vote for the president," and you'll be absolutely right. Okay, it's 8:16 in the morning. We'll be back uno momento about something that came up this weekend, and I think it's time to have that discussion. Unless you guys want to get through this question.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Minute. The Justice League application on laws is dead today. It's a very sad thing for this country and a very sad thing for the constitutional republic. It's underhanded prosecuting, it's the sweetest.
It's constitutional republic.
With no further opportunity to dig deeper in light of all that we've learned special treatment and be people tipping off the fight family about potential community. The 15 minutes that in here, and a lot of credit to President right there for picking this up and starting this practice. Check out the John Hannity radio show today. I'm moving. My eyes are good. My eyes connect me with things I loved my late father-in-law with. He always lit up over his vision in age. We have age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with us, I've learned there's an advanced form called geographic or GA. We struggle with vision loss. Maybe why I help others know about these. Some great lines from late. I'm looking at a good quality, wearing, and missing spots to make it hard to read or see what one's facing. Many have trouble seeing everything. Looking really get worse over time. It should not be worse. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and with vision changes, well, great. Talk to your eye doctor about GA. Learn more at GA Won't Work. That's GA Won't Work.
Can all be found on their daily value and to go menu. Don't forget when dining in that happy hour is weekdays from 3:30 to 6:30. Make it snap. Best yet, you can order food on. So for in front of the home.
I say that's even with without strength, you lose hope.
All righty then. Good morning, everybody. Hope that they find you well. A lot of other things coming up what we were talking about today. Can't seem to get the point across this morning. And again, it's not your fault. If presidents have called us a democracy, or we're not a democracy, no wonder we're all confused. We're not. The Constitution basically, at the fundamental level, the Constitution says that the rights we have are not given. There's a basic fundamental rights that we have given to us by God, which is where the word unalienable rights come from. Okay, it gives every American, according to our country, every American has certain rights, whether it is spelled out or not. We have certain rights. Okay, and amongst them, the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Okay, and those rights don't change because of the year. Now, there are people out here right now think that you can change some kid bill and all that stuff, and because it's 2023. But the Constitution says there are certain fundamental rights that you have regardless of who's in the White House, regardless of what year it is, regardless of how old you are, you have certain fundamental rights. Okay? And a democracy is where the majority of people who vote for a particular item win. Okay? Now, a lot of people will come here and they'll say, well, our democracy, we don't have one. I'm just letting you know that. Anyway, 860-1414, I'm here, but let's talk about other things. So all morning on for the first while, we were talking about guns. Guns. There are 118 deaths caused by this every day. There are, well, let's say what cars do. Okay? Car accidents are a leading cause of injury and death in the United States. In fact, at least 7.3 million motor vehicle accidents each year across the nation. And according to recent data, the latest findings from authorities, it works out roughly to this: 19,937 crashes per day. 118 deaths caused by accidents each day. 831 motor vehicle accidents each hour. There are 14 wrecks every minute. There are 2 auto crashes every 10 seconds. Now, you would think that anything that causes that much harm to people, you get rid of. That's more than guns. You would get rid of. You would think that anything that causes 118 deaths a day, we would get rid of. We would just get rid of, because that's dangerous. That's dangerous. But we don't. We don't take cars off the road, do we? No, we don't. We all know that there's an implied inherent danger in anything that goes 70 miles an hour down the road and you in. Okay? We know that. Everybody knows that. Yet still, we're not saying, okay, everybody, you're not saying get rid of cars. Somebody said, now you know what shoes goes up. Okay, I'm with you. But we know these things, and we're not talking about get rid of cars. If 118 people die each day, if something killed it, we would get rid of it. Okay? 831 motor vehicle accidents each hour. I just saw one now on Dan Ryan Expressway in Chicago. Messed up, bunch of cars. Okay? So I'm just saying, 2 auto crashes every 10 seconds. I don't think we got a shoot every 10 seconds. So again, it's just one of those things that we pick our poison, and then we figure everybody else's poison is worse. I'm just saying. So you want to talk about things that are inherently dangerous? Well, cars are. People who jump out of airplanes. No, they know. We knew that there was a possibility. There is a. If you fly in an airplane, there is a possibility that an airplane could crash. But we are willing to take the chance. Okay? We are willing to take the chance. Going into combat? Well, one thing about it, we know that's dangerous. We know that it's a 50-50 issue right there. So anyway, so we are never going to get rid of everything that is dangerous to us on Earth. Swimming, hey, water, just as natural as the Earth, but you can still get killed. I'm just saying. Yeah, move right on to other things. Now let's talk about my man. I got a little while left. Here's one. Over the weekend, I noticed in the paper there's a Alabama state trooper who got hurt, I believe, or something, and they put up a GoFundMe account. Here's my question: if you are on the state patrol, are you in the state? Because I couldn't understand why we had the why the needs of that policeman, a young guy, were not taken care of by the city of Montgomery when he went in the hospital. So do we, not that the police officer, I forget what his name is, the police officer, we've got to go for fund me up. Does not the state take care of all of that stuff when these guys get hurt? Okay, I'm just, are we that bad off in Alabama that we don't take care of these guys? We need to, we have these young men, the older guys, and stuff like that. And then we have to pay them a GoFundMe account to take care of the family. Don't they still get everything? And if they get hurt in a line of duty, you would think that having to put up a GoFundMe would not be in the mix there. So, does anybody know? I mean, what is that? What is this guy name? His name is I forget his name, but he's in the picture. So why do we need GoFundMe donations for policemen and state troopers to get? We do not provide for their health. So while the family is already going through hell, now we got to figure out how they're gonna live. Do we not give the matter of fact? Years ago, there was an organization called the Police and Firemen, some kind of fund where I even gave a little money to it to take care of that if things like this happen. But don't police officers and state troopers and stuff like they don't have like our soldiers do. They don't get an insurance policy if something, God forbid, should happen to them. I don't quite understand why we always got to come to the newspaper and put up GoFundMe accounts and things of that nature. I don't quite get that one. But anyway, somebody might know 860-1440, and I'm thinking we take care of these guys. Maybe we don't. Maybe I'm under the wrong impression. I thought we would have to these guys that they don't actually, or while they were in pursuit of a suspect or something like that, they became ill and got killed. I thought we took care of it. So is that not the way it goes? If a Montgomery policeman gets killed in the line of duty, do we have to put up GoFundMe accounts to help them? I don't know. It is an interesting thing, but it seems like to me that the family has a lot to worry about during that time, rather than whether or not we're gonna have money to eat. I just don't know. Just amazes me that I mean, let's say that the soldiers say it was an airman. Hell, I wouldn't go. I don't know. I don't know. 860-14, put your number. You want to give us a call? The one who's this? Right. but so the insurance would not cover that if he got hurt in the line of duty? But the city itself or the state itself, they don't they provide don't they provide hospitalization things of that nature? Oh. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Appreciate it. All right. I just it saddens me to see when we got to put a GoFundMe for people out there doing their job. Good morning. Yes. You know, I didn't want to tell everybody because then y'all think I get special privilege, but I'm gonna be there. Yeah, well, somebody paying for that. Yeah. We're arranging that now. I've been looking for I've been looking for Miss Lillian's daughter. I've been looking for her. Yeah, Barrett. Yeah. Wait a minute, I ain't belong to that party. Wait a minute. I don't belong to the Republican Party. Well, I'm gonna call him today. See, I'm gonna call him today. I think he's in real estate. Yeah, I believe it is. Okay, I'm gonna get him on. I'm gonna call him today and yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. You're not pledging allegiance to a flag. That's a piece of cloth. You yeah, but you are pledging for it says and for which it stands of the United States of America. Yeah, right for what it stands for, not the flag. We don't pay homage to a flag, right? Right. Hmm. Yeah, but it is not the flag. When you in the military, you took it. When you in the military, you took an oath, which is like a flag. But oh, you're brainwashed. Okay. Okay. You don't pledge allegiance, right? But you don't pledge allegiance to a piece of cloth. And I have never wait a minute, I have never had pledged allegiance to fabric. Okay. Okay. Well, brother, you got to be crazy. You got to be crazy to think that people pledge allegiance to a flag. No, we pledge allegiance. Okay, we pledge allegiance. what that flag stands for, not the flag of the United States of America. The flag, that's symbolism. That's right. Right. Not the flag. Yeah, I gotta tell you, nobody pledges allegiance to a flag. The flag represents those things we pledge allegiance to. Good morning. Yeah, go right ahead. He had to answer a question for me. No, no. Mm. They're not bringing that up though. Probably not. He did. Mm. I don't know. We're not. Oh, I got it right here in front of me. I got it. Well, no, but we can talk about it tomorrow. But I do have all the information. Okay, well, and that's what the Chamber of Commerce. Yeah, that's what the Chamber of Commerce did last week. They did come. They did come up with the issue. Matter of fact, if you look on WSFA's website, Chamber gives an update to $1.7 billion in Montgomery project announced last year. Well, let's see. One is the Montgomery International Container Transfer Facility. I guess that's an intermodal thing. The Amazon. Well, let me see it. The technical facility announced in July 22 constructing mobile batteries. And I ain't got time to go through all this thing, but okay. Well, let me see that. Okay, again, I tell you what I do. Let me get some information. You think it is? Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'll get somebody from the chamber on here, and we can talk about it. Good morning. Who's this? Yes, sir. Pretty good. Pretty good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I've been trying to reach out to him. I can't find anybody to give me the number. So, yes, I don't vote. Yeah. No, I'm not been aware of that. Right. Well, I mean, the only vote that really matters is what happens on the say. So, yeah. Well, there's a lady that wrote an editorial with Paul, and I told her that I got to call her, and she wrote an editorial kind of, and I'm going to see what I'm going to call her again today. But now he did come in. But now let's be fair though. He did come from a pandemic. Yeah. But we also had for the last few years, my friend, inflation going up sky high. And not only that, and again, I'm not an apologist. I'll leave that to communication people. It came in on the pandemic. There was a threat of violence to the city of Montgomery. They handled that quietly, so it didn't happen during the BLM move, which Black lives really don't matter unless the white man kill you. So he handled that well. We didn't see any of the crap that came across a lot of cities in America because they handled. Wait, wait a minute, y'all still ride the civil rights movement. Yeah, okay. Okay, I hear you. Mhm. I appreciate it. Then this is America and our republic. We'll be back right after this for the last segment of the show. Everybody has a right to vote for whom they want to. I invite anybody to come up here that wants to come up, and pick up a question from the audience, not necessarily me. Since I am the mayor of the airways, and I already got a mayorship job, and I am running for re-election. Okay, just saying. I don't think I have any competition at the moment. So we get 8:42 in the morning.
CPA Joe Cordell. Business owners and professionals face financial challenges and divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Assets between them on the divorce lawyers and these meetings. Cordell Cordell.
You can host events and character. You send a professional into backyard events. You can still professionals to get all your new houses done with inside out, repairs, renovations. And Angela, and visit Angela. You can do this. You can Angela. You can help more. Much more simple.
show. He's
Okay, one more thing before we go to a place. One of the Alabama State Trooper that has health issues after exposed to drugs on the job, agency says an Alabama State Trooper interacted with a person who was exposed to fentanyl mixed with xylazine or exazine, whatever it's called, and had suffered health-related problems because of it. According to Alabama Aaliyah, and about 11:36 a.m. May 3rd, Senior Trooper Charles May with the Highway Patrol Division was taking a person to the Macon County Jail when the person became ill. May called emergency services and the first responders administered the person with Narcan. I guess it's something to help counteract the effects of a drug. But anyway, they later reported the person to the Alabama Medical Center in Opelika. At the first responders administered Narcan, May was also became ill. They also transported him. So we said, now I thought you get why we gotta put a real funny up. I do some twist, but I'm just saying, well, we don't take care of these guys and this happens. I'm just thinking, who's this? Let me see. Come on, who's this? Yes. Hey, Frank. Yeah, hey, Frank, I ain't seen you in a while. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he does. Especially him. Yeah. All right. Are you still doing the business? Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's a big world. Okay, we appreciate it. Okay. Hey, now, I know you got a little age on you, so I hate to ask this question, but do you know you do text, right? On the phone? Well, text me. Yeah. Text me your number. I don't have it. 241-9998. Yeah, 241-9998. Right. Okay, appreciate it. Frank Potts, earliest open register commercial real estate guy in town. 860 in the world. Excuse me. Not in the world. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning, sir. I know. Hmm. Yes, it is. Mm. Right. Yeah. Mhm. This Mr. Lawyer who wants to sue you. Yeah. Mm. I understand. Right, it takes 3 years sometimes. It can be up to 5 years sometimes from concept to completion. Yeah. Mm. Right. Yeah. And remember, they show if you go on the website, they show the places in town where they are. Yeah. Let me see. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Yes. Doing fine. And you think that bothers me? Okay. All right. That's right. Was everything wet now? Uh, not one that is worth mentioning. But anytime you stand in the door of an airplane and jump out, you put your butt on the line. Hmm. Hmm. That's right. Hmm. You got it. No. What? Well, keep going. Keep going. You got something to say. I think Carrie's going to like it. Mhm. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, but I got to run right now. Right, this 16. I got 1 minute left to get somebody else to call. Brother, you take a long time to get your point across. I can't help that. I just can take one more call. I ain't got but a minute and something left. Good morning. Hello. Yes. Okay. I got you. You got to call it back tomorrow. I got to get some other people on. Come on now. I'll let you call back twice because you had something to say. Good morning. Yes. Yeah. Okay. It's kind of like living in a house, kind of like living in a house, and somebody, some people like Auburn, and some people like, that's the way it goes. Right. Appreciate it. We'll be back.